Do that. Alright, so yeah, should we start over?
Yeah. Certainly, Yeah, let me put my monocle back in and ask you a fucking nerdy ass question. How did yeah, tell me about the creative process for Boar Drill off your new record.
It's gonna be called Anxiety Kinship.
Anxiety Kinship by Fred Cracklin.
That's the main running title.
You heard it here first, everybody.
That's probably true. You did hear it first.
Yeah. So yeah, the song Boar Drill has this just insane set of variations on this riff. Would you say that that's like the main idea of the song?
Most of the song is just that one riff,
right?
But it gets all fucked. Yeah.
It gets so fucked up, but there's so many different variations to it. And yeah, could you tell me about the creative process and like
you could tell
that
like
dialogue,
where it even came from, because
we go one step backwards.
Yeah, we so the first record was all written in one tuning, that A tuning.
Right.
And we said, well, we did all of our songs in that. We got to find a new tuning. So I came up with this new tuning. And then did
it's basically all tritones.
It's all tritones.
Just because that's sick.
And I sat down one night, and what I do is I'll record the riffs on video and put them on Instagram, and then he'll click like if he likes it.
Or like, I'll just like say like the ones that I think are extra.
Yeah, but that was one of them, and like all on that night, I probably wrote all the riffs that show up in that song, but I didn't think they would all be in that song.
Word.
Right, and then.
Or it's just that one, like, I guess, like, I feel like what you're getting at is it's, like, it's really just this one thing that it's in 3, and then it's in 4, and then, like, in that second section when it's in 4, there, like, if you could think of each part of the riff as, like, a little cell, it's like we're, like, taking all of these little cells and, like, reshuffling them around, like, you know.
Well, that's later down the road from, like, what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think, okay, go ahead.
I'm just, like, saying where the stuff came from. And there's that main riff, and we just played it that way for a while.
Yeah.
And we played it that way for a while, but then we didn't end up writing the song because we kept writing other songs.
Yeah.
And we would come back to that, and we didn't think we'd get anywhere with it.
We were basically done writing all of the material for the album.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, that's what I was just saying before we had to stop. Like, yeah, we had all the other songs all set up, and like still really wanted to do something with that. But I feel like every time we like played it, like opened it up to try to figure out how it could become a song and not just this one riff that we really like, we didn't have any like constructive ideas. Where we would just jam on it and be like, I don't know. And then when we thought of the second way of playing it, we were like, that was basically like the like half-baked finished version of it, where it was just the first section and the second section, and the second section didn't have any of the variations. It was just like repeated, like 6, you know, like. But like I said before, we have other songs where we just like find the thing that we really like and then smash our head against the concrete and just get it over and over again. And so I feel like a lot of the ways that this goes is like we'll play it in practice, and then I'll be like, what if we like just do one of them, like, you know, time number 3 we'll have it do it this funny way. Mm-hmm. And then we'll like practice that, and that's in the song, and then we'll leave practice and think that we like, nah, that was the skeleton key. But then like the next time we practice, I'll be like, well, but what about if for the 4th time it was like it was just this, or like it had this extra little bit, and then we're like, okay, and we like run that, and we got that, and then, you know, that time's honestly probably months of working on it. And then even another, like, all of this past February, like every time we got together to practice, all we did was like run the middle of that section,
which is like a minute and a half of music.
Yeah, we just played it over and over again.
Yeah,
trying to like work out if this, like, you know, this up to the thing where it's like, should we include this 16th note, or like should this thing that is happening on time number 3 actually be time number 2, whatever, just for this like 1 minute of a song, so it would feel completely bonkers, like chopped and screwed, you know, like yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that thing about the cells, that's sort of what I think about. Is it's like there's like and then like, so like one of them is like we tag that it's like the tape is like skipping, or like there's another one where it like gets cut, you know. So it's just finding all of those little bits until it all felt good, or like you, like the roller coasters, like you like never really get a solid footing, but you can tell that everything is coming from the same source material.
Somewhat natural, I guess, is what we're going for.
Yeah.
And I think part of why we played it so much in February is just to see if we could actually play it.
Right.
Like, it's just like, because it's like, trying to write a song like that, it's like, okay, we're gonna chop this in half, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do that. You remember maybe half of that, and then you start playing it, and then your brain just kind of shuts off.
Yeah,
and
that.
then you have to like do it in chunks. And
It's got to get to that point where we just know what the things are and don't have to think. But you know.
But that was the last part written because that other riff that's in there, the da da da
Oh,
da
yeah,
da 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 da, that was
we had before.
That was supposed, like, initially the idea was that was going to be another song, but then we put that in there, but we had to find the middle section. So that heavy middle section where everything's all cut up is sort of the final
It's the
piece.
same thing where that third section of the song, that's we had that riff, and then we were like, we should just have this, like, I feel like often when we find a riff that we like, our impulse is to be like, let's have this be a section of the song where we just do this over and over again.
Yeah.
And then, and that's great.
Yeah.
And then, like, the next time that, like, because we'll record our practice and then go home and listen to it, and then the next time I'm like, instead of doing that, let's actually, like, have it be the complete opposite of that, where instead of it being the same thing over and over again, it's actually, like, totally messed up and, like, ending wrong and then, like, rearranged and, like, gobbled up. So,
And
I don't know.
Yeah, we kind of want to make sure it's not boring, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's funny. Yeah, it's definitely not boring. During that song, like when that entire section.
Oops, sorry.
Like when people are just like, that's I routinely like, I'll just look around at that section, and that's when everyone else is just like.
Yeah.
That's one of those sections that people just like can't fucking believe it. And that, I think there are some sections live where people look around and are just like trying to like affirm, like either the nerds are like, can you count that? Or people are just
I
like,
saw
look at him
someone trying
fucking
to
do
count
that.
the other night.
Oh, really?
In the audience, he was
Wow,
like,
it's like-
he had his head down and he was doing this, and then I would see him go.
Nah.
He was like,
It's like
That's
designed
amazing.
to not, or like it's not, you know, like or like it's not. There's nothing to count. Like I feel like
Yeah,
I haven't
right.
counted any of it.
100. Yeah, there's the
No, it's
That's
just
amazing.
like, okay, here's riff B, here's riff C, get through this. And
Yeah, or like,
Tasty,
you know,
yeah.
like it's just like, okay, so like I don't know how there was a piece of paper floating around that had this was like the map legend to that middle section.
that exists.
You probably have that, right?
Can I fucking see it?
Yeah, you can totally see it.
I might have it on my phone. I might
Yeah,
have
you
it.
actually probably do
Oh
have a
my
picture
God,
of it.
that's
But it's like
amazing.
time 1, time 2 normal, time 3 has like tag the middle thing, and then time 4 is like cut off, but then it like starts over again, and then there's like the tag for the whole set. It's like
Then
all
we just
like
give it weird names that
yeah,
we
all the
can't
names are
understand
like
later.
coded, but like it's
Yeah.
not like supposed to be like super technical. It's really like just because
But here's the thing about that too. We had to play it live a couple times before we said, you know, that's a little too straightforward.
yeah.
Let's fuck with it even more.
I feel like all of our decisions as a band are very like I was gonna say organic or even like backdoor, like
Spontaneous.
yeah, like we
yes.
don't like it's not very self-reflective. It's usually like we'll just do it because like I don't know, like I usually say this about when we were starting. We were like, why don't we just like start jamming together? And then we were like, I don't know, like I guess we're a band. Like what do bands do? We play some shows, okay, play some shows before we even had songs. You were just like, let's just play. And they're like, I guess we should write some song, like, you know, like, but other bands I've been in, or like most bands I think in the general, they like already know that like you're a band, and so you have practice and you write songs and you make the album. Like all of these ideas, like we have to like let them like sort of like rain onto, like, you know, in the same way that we would like have the song and then play it live and then be like, actually I think we should just like change it, and then like keep feeling that way instead of like the way that it is now. It must have seemed like our goal was always to make it as complicated and like crazy as possible, but that like only happened over very like meticulous practicing, but like not unguided refinement, just like tinkering all the time.
Yeah,
you know?
I think the goal for me on that one was the riff's interesting enough, but we got to make it so that the riff,
It's like song length.
yeah, and rules.
What's the running time of that song exactly? Do you know off
The
top of your
recorded
head what the
version I
recorded
think
version?
is exactly 420.
Yeah, that's. You heard it here first, folks. That's
Only in Western Mass.
That's fucking incredible.
You can
And
buy
if
our
it's
first
not,
single
we're
at
gonna be
any of the
cutting
pot
off-
shops.
Yeah, right. It's
like,
like one of East Hampton's 5 dispensaries that will be open by the
Yeah.
time that we get
Oh
that.
Yeah.
my god. What?
Yeah.
I have 2 more short questions for y'all.
Okay.
One, what was the song you played at Cold Spring? No, not Cold Spring, I'm sorry. You played it at Tears for Sears. It was the first time you ever played it, super fucking long. you debuted it that night.
Oh, Left in the Lurch.
Okay, Left in the Lurch.
Yeah.
And that's
That
going to
one
be
we
on
have-
the record, right?
That's definitely on the record.
Great. And my last question for y'all is, how are you going to break all this stuff to your bass player? How are you going to, tell them all these things and expect them to integrate so quickly?
We've been talking about a third member more than we used to, but it's just it's like too easy, I think, to just have two people. And to like, I enjoy the fact that we are constantly like sort of like a little bit problem solving for that, like figuring out how to like cover more ground as just two people just makes us better at covering a lot of ground than it would,
Fully. Y'all can get a lot more done, and you can tune your unbelievable fucking guitar to the octave E,
lows.
so
Yeah.
screw the bass player.
It's that plus like also I feel like our group is the kind of like thing where like sometimes like it doesn't really even matter like if somebody would say like oh like you got like the White Stripes, like they don't have the bass player. Like my dad always like said that sort of. I mean, like not trying to like not trying to get at my dad, but I just feel like you would hear a band that's two people and be like, oh well, they need a bass player or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's like we don't even care if our riff is like notes. Like the riff could just be like or like
right.
the drum beat
Totally.
could just be like 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 just like gestures. So it like it wouldn't benefit us to have more people because there doesn't always need to be like a supporting role. You know what I mean? It's just two
I
people.
also like the challenge of like trying to fill up the space.
Yeah,
And then,
totally.
but also it kind of is easier to play without a bass player.
Totally.
Because then I
dude.
don't have to
Yeah.
like listen.
Now you don't have to
someone
throw
else.
rocks at them.
Right.
With two
No,
people,
I just have to listen to one other person and
I was gonna say like one time I explained it like with two people, you're either on or off, or like it doesn't even matter. But there's
Right.
no like third. Like as soon as you have three people, two of them can be on and one of them is off, or like you're like it's like we are either together or apart at any given moment, and like both of those are probably right for whatever we're trying to do. So it's
Right on.
always fine.
it serves the chaos a little better too.
Yeah.
That's Fred Cracklin, everybody. Good shit.
Sick,
From Western
alright.
Mass. 4, 1, 3.
Three.
Huh? Yeah.
413 Legends.
It's
It's good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah.
It's like ASMR, man.
You say everything's like ASMR.
I know what I'm listening to before I go to bed.
Fred Cracklin ASMR.
Yeah. You're forcing it now.
You're right, I shouldn't be. I don't want to. Okay, let's just be done with it.
I'm doing ASMR.
Oh, okay.
I want to be your boyfriend.